So we chop it, so we do it. This a rhythm a lot down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel like down the street. Alright, so we chop it, so we do it. Land down and we a lot down the street. So we chop it, so we do it. This a when you come feel like down the street. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune. All I'm full of go play back again. And everybody say yeah. All I'm full of go play back again. See them talking up the big tune.
Welcome, folks. Welcome to the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. My name is Jason, and if you're wondering what this channel is about, we really simulate real-world airline operations using, obviously, Flight Sim. And 3 goals today. We want to learn something, have fun, and do it right. That's kind of what we're about here. So if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Welcome aboard. Welcome to a Monday morning stream. That's great. We got actually 2 legs today. We're going to try to get in. We're going to go from Norfolk to Providence, Rhode Island, and then over to Detroit. We do have, and we're doing this because we're trying to add, if you look at our channel, we have a whole bunch of new playlists that we're doing. So trying to complete trips that we do at Coastal Airways. And if you want to check us out at Coastal Airways, flycoastalairways.com. You can see what we're about here on this airline. This airline is very, it simulates real-world operations, really. Part 121 style, Part 117 rules in terms of hours, all that good stuff that we do. Welcome aboard, John. How are you? Good morning. Pops is in the house, and Sean, he says, hey, everyone, checking in real quick. Yeah. Some of you are working, some of you are off. If you're off, then happy Martin Luther King Day. That's what this day is about. So let's jump in the flight deck. We're not going to, dally here too long, just because we want to get an on-time push and an on-time departure. So let's go ahead, jump in. We just landed from Miami into Norfolk. That was a video we done before prior in this new playlist that we got going on, and then we're going to get this aircraft configured and ready to go. I've got the jet set up. My nest is all ready to go, and let's go ahead and get in here, and we'll just dive right in to the first portion of the flight. And what we're going to do is just kind of going to the aft overhead here, and we're just going to throw this to the Alimo. We're going to do a quick align, so those both are on. Flip them over to the nav, and then we're going to jump down into the FMC. Now, I'm going to go heads down here because you probably can't see, but I've got an FMC on my iPad that I'm going to be using as well. We'll hide that. By the way, if you're in the channel, do me a favor, say hi in the chat so I know you're there, and we can give it a little chat. Now, we just flew in, so we know what kind of aircraft we're flying, right? It's a 700. We have the ARAC data installed from Navigraph. It's December 28th, January 25th. Engine rating is 24K, and our program's 3.0. So that's good. We'll click. It's saying enter IRS position. The reference airport here is going to be ORF. It's a quick flight over there. We are actually boarding right now. We're getting catering in. Reference airport to there. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to hit the taxi chart, and we're just going to take a look at parking spots and coordinates just to make sure our gate is correct. We're at Bravo 16, so we should be around north 3658, 53.8. That is correct. Then we got west at 76.12.2. That's good on the top. We'll throw that there in the scratch pad, dump it in. There we go. And our route, and you could have put it gate Bravo 16. I don't know if it'll take it, though. We can try it. Bravo 16. Does it take? Nope. What about 16? It's the same kind of stuff. That's, yeah, you can see how it just took that. It's the same one as we did above. So that's what you should do first. But some airports, they don't have that. Some airports do. Okay. ORF to Providence. PVD. There we go. And Providence, we had some crazy weather up there. It's kind of borderline VFR. Borderline right now. We've got some weather up there. Just some fog. I kind of expect mild visibility. It's not great, but I don't think it'll cause too much of a problem for us. We'll see. Famous last words, right? All right, we are going to dump it right over the top. So we're just going to go co-route, throw it in there. You can see now it pulls up ORF weather in Norfolk right now. And this is a line flight, guys. It's been a while since I've flown the line, but I really like line flight. It's probably my favorite type of flying that we do at Coastal. I just don't do it enough because I'm obviously knee-deep in the hockey charters. We've got 10 miles visibility right here, and we're looking at, I don't know where the winds are. The winds, they're not forecasted on the winds. There is no winds. I guess it's calm. I mean, seriously, if you look at the METAR right now, it's nothing. Let's look at the ATIS. Nothing. TAF report 050 at 10. Right now, they're not reporting anything 45 minutes ago. So we'll just say, they're coming out of 05, so let's just say whatever. We'll say 050, I guess. So we'll throw, we'll throw that in there. Runway, that's what I wanted. So if the winds are coming out, we'll just take runway 5. So we're going to go runway 5. We'll throw that in there, and we'll go to departures. We are going to be taking, I believe we're taking the, let me just look. It doesn't have us on a SID, so let's just take a look. We're probably going to fly that. Yeah, we'll fly the, it's called Chris 3 departure. That's what we'll do. It's just pretty much runway heading out the Snow Hill. So let's just throw that in there, and we will go to, and it'll be on 5, so we're going to go that way anyway, so that helps us. So we got 5. There's our route. We can throw that in there. We'll go arrival here on Providence. Providence is, I'm looking at my sim brief, by the way. Providence is going to be Jordan 2 arrival there into Providence. Probably going to be over the HTO transition. Negative, it's over Jordan. So it doesn't send us. See, what's going on with the routing? Let me look at the routing here. I don't like this. It's kind of giving us a funky way. It doesn't even bring us into HTO transition, which HTO is Hampton, and it throws us right over the top. So we are going to go ahead and go to the HTO transition. I'll just do that, and we're going to have to mess around a little bit on the legs page. All right, let's go to the Chris departure. It's going to go out here, Vector Skull. I don't want to do that. We're going to skip Skull. We're going to skip Kaleida. What's going on? ZJ is kind of taking us a weird route here. I don't know why they did this, but it's kind of a strange deal. So what I'm going to do is just use this Skull Kaleida ZJ out. That's going to be our Chris 3 departure. Got Got to dump us off at Snow Hill. Well, it's not quite there. System. That system is still going up on there. All right, what's going on there? Jeffrey's checking in. That system is still going on up there. Yeah, I guess so. Pedro, how are you? Welcome aboard. Jeff says, well, it's not quite there yet, but headed that way. Yeah, we're going to get some weather here. So I'm just worried about the routing a little bit. If we take this departure, I mean, basically it's going to dump us off at Snow Hill. This doesn't come close to Snow Hill, I guess. It's kind of takes us out to Skull and then Kaleida, ZJ. We'll skip Skull and go straight to
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your
Snow Hill. So we're basically going to skip
please be sure to make sure all
this.
large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you.
Alright, so let's do this,
If you have any trouble or
folks.
need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to help you.
Don't like
After
this.
you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit
It's just a
seating
vector,
responsibilities
straight
and
runway
the
heading.
chart
We'll just
provided
take
for
that
you.
up.
Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions.
Skull,
If you're
Kaleida,
not, please let a
ZJ.
flight attendant know so
That's
that way you
good.
can
So the
proceed.
departure's fine.
Your
It's just
safety
coming
is
up
your portable
to
electronic
the
devices during
arrival.
the boarding process.
Jordan
We ask
to
that larger electronic
HTO
devices are stowed once you
transition.
depart
So
from the
after
gate.
we get
Thank you and
to
welcome aboard.
MJ, we got Spidey, Rifle, Hoffy, and then we've got this Orcha. And you see this Orcha. We're going to dump, instead of going to Orcha, we're going to go ahead and throw right over to HTO. So we're going to dump this HTO right over the top of Orcha. And then you can see if I go back, Hoffy, then it's HTO, Jordan, Mink, and then we're in. We'll go ahead and activate that, execute it. So it was really weird. I just had to check that. We're going to request the winds. We'll get the winds checked in there. All right, our route's good. Flight number's 12. Pref coming in. Our zero fuel weight right now on our paperwork's 112.2. We're really light. Obviously, this is a very close. It's a close sector. You know, this leg is pretty darn close. So zero fuel weight, we'll throw that in there now. I am going to go ahead. Do we still have... Oh, look at the weather just turned on us. It's ugly. I might have to turn on the dang lights. It's not good. All right, we're planning this at 112 on there. I'm going to go ahead and board. Stay offshore if you can. Yeah, I got it. We're kind of racing this storm. Plan fuel. We're going to plan out here with... what have we got? 11.7 on the fuel. So let's go and call the fueler right now. And we'll request boarding. Actually, we're going to request refueling first. We'll get the fuel truck in, and then we'll go with the boarding. And our passengers, our packs load, all that stuff's coming in. Trip fuel is going to be... We're planning out here 11.7. We do have an alternate, an ice slip today, just in case if we have to. Reserves, we want to land with about 6,000 pounds. We'll put 5.8. Cost index is a 20, nice and low. And then we're climbing up to 370. That might be a little too dang high on this sector. We'll see. Cruise wind up at altitude right now, 257, 135. Pretty strong tailwinds. We'll probably have a crosswind to deal with. Outside air temperature on the climb, once we're there, negative 58 degrees. So we could see that. Outside air temperatures, dump that in there. That's good. Pref request, we're good. N1 limit coming in. Now let's go ahead and look at our VTP. And we'll check that out right now. And our VTP is our performance tool. I actually use this one. And we'll see how we're doing on our numbers. Numbers, 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 all right? It's all about the numbers, right? I gotta log in really quick. And I'm using my other iPad for that, so unfortunately you guys can't see what I'm doing, but the new VTP I don't think has the 700 just yet. I'm not sure if it does, but we'll go with the old one and see. Runways, We've got runway 5, conditions dry. Winds right now are, I'm guessing, calm, so we'll just throw the winds calm. And that's okay because that actually helps us a little more restrictive than normal. Airports, weather, and 5 degrees. Altimeter is 3026. Alright, we're going to go max on the ATM. Flaps are optimum. Auto off and off. Anti-ice and improved climb. We don't need it. Max probably going to be around 19. And then we'll click calculate. See, we get 24,000 pounds of thrust on these engines, by the way. Okay, we got flap 1, so I'm going to write all this down. Sean, what's going on? Hydra, what's the route? I'll show you here, folks. I'll get you a good route here in just a minute. I'll give you a briefing and all that good stuff. Did the fuel truck get here? All right. Yeah, we're loading right now. They're pumping fuel. Good. All right, let's give you the route. Route of flight is essentially not that. That was an old one that we did the other day on our charter run back home. Import from SimBrief. You know, I kept going back and forth. Should we do a GA flight or should we? This is our route of flight, folks. We're going Skull, Colada, and then all the way pretty much to the northeast. Then we're hit this Orcham out. We're just going to go to HTO, and then we're going to fly into Providence. That's our route. Our weather, you can see the radar. We'll pull the radar in here in just a minute. Yeah, you can see that weather coming in. It just kind of got cloudy on us. So we'll punch out of there. On the climb, it might be bumpy, and then we'll get into that. And then we're just looking at a departure. So you can see if I go to our charts, that's Providence charts, but if you go to Norfolk, Virginia, and go to SID, that's going to be our departure. Pretty much straight out runway heading, right, 047, then we'll go to Skull, and then up and over. And I'll give you a briefing as we get closer. Fuel, we should have, 5,900, and I've got that. I'm going to write these numbers down on my log sheet. And that'll give us 11.7-ish, which is fine. That's what we want. Flap 1, and let's take a look. We've got flap 1, takeoff weight's going to be 154.5. We don't have that. Takeoff weight's pretty darn low, 123. Let me go ahead and throw that weight in there. I got some unruly passengers right now. You can hear that. Welcome flying during the day. They get all crazy. We get deliveries, everything else. Okay, so flap 1 trims at 6. I think you guys like when you see my screen, don't you? Sean Cobb says, morning, Jason from Chile, San Francisco here. Oh, Chile. 5 degrees here in Ohio. It said SF. I thought it was San Francisco. Good day to stay in and watch some flying. Yeah, we're on VATSIM, by the way, buddy. We are pretty much always on VATSIM when we stream, my friend. So we have VATSIM up and running. We've got Boston Centers online right now. We'll deal with that. What do you mean the device can't be found? What are you talking about? Let's try it again. Let's have a go at that and see what's going on. Okay, that's strange. Let's try this one more time. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Yeah, we're going to close the program, see if we can't start it again, and kind of get us something better. Give me a second. Let me see if I can start it. And as we do that, I'll write some numbers in while we're waiting for the software to fire up. See if we can't get it to work. I got suspended on VATSIM. How did you do that? That's not good. Okay, we've got it working right now. It's never good when you get suspended on VATSIM, man. All right, trims 6.0. Cell temp
We're
coming
ready to
in
go
at
when you are.
61. Well, I'm not even close, bud. How's that? Runway is going to be 5. We're looking at 129, 130, 134, and that is set. Bravo 16 on the gate. We're good there. Time inbound, it looks like we should be here about an hour and 12 minutes. It's estimated. Temperature. -15. -3. Wow, that went crazy. Oh, that's not good. You had a flight control issue? That sucks. That is not good. All right, folks, we've got numbers are good right now on the airplane. We got a call for a few things. So what we'll do is jump down here. I'll show you this really quick. We're going to go to cell temp at 61 degrees. Again, we're just tricking the engines to thinking that it's hotter than it is outside. It brings us down to 87.4 on the N1 with a climb 1. Profile flaps are going to be 1 right here. And let's take a look at boarding. We should be boarding right now. Let's go request boarding. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're going to start boarding right now. We'll get that done. We'll run our flows, and we'll get out of Dodge here in just a minute. Norfolk winds right now. We're almost out of here. I want to be out of here in a early, pretty much early push. I think we can do it. Winds calm. So it says it doesn't report, which is weird. I've never seen that. It's 10 miles visibility. Looks like 7,000 now overcast. Here, temperature is 5, dew point 2. Nobody. We're on the aircraft already. You can see how GSX is actually inputting this into the FMC on FMC number 2. So you can see our forward cargo 2,900, aft cargo is 1,904, our bags 122 passengers with a zero fuel weight of 112.2. So our paperwork looks good, and our gross weight's at 124. I'm going to go over with you the paperwork just a minute while we get the aircraft boarding. 3026, and then we'll run our flows. We'll get the heck out of here. 5 gate to Bravo 16. So at Coastal Airways, folks, we simulate real-world operations. Okay, that's what we're about. If you're new to our channel, that's kind of what we pride ourselves on doing. CG right now, I probably can add that in because it looks like we're good to go. So CG right around that 18. Okay, so it's at 18. Trim says 6. That's what we said, 6.12, 6.12 for them. And then we're looking at 128. I've got 129. So we're going to use what VTP gave us, 129 over 130. Now they're within a couple of knots of each other. That's fine. And then 139. That's a little higher on our V2 for this one, but I'm going to throw that in there. We'll get that thrown. Our takeoff weight's 123.9. We estimated about 124 or 123.4. So right now that's good with the fuel burn. Will put us right where we need to be. That is set and done. So we'll go to index again. Pref coming in, just making sure we're good. N1 limit now. We're good there. Takeoff, we're good there. Legs right there. Route data. See, what you can do is just plug in the route data, request the winds. We'll get the winds pulled in, and then that should be golden for us. It's going to be a quick ride as we go. Ja, what's going on? He says, yikes. I've had that happen. Landed with the gear up during a busy event, disconnected fast. Yeah, I think it's happened to all of us. Cruise wind uplink ready. Good. Load it. Go ahead and throw that in there. Click enter. We're done. Go back to legs page. There we go. All right, forecast. Uplink is ready. We're going to go ahead now. Because this is such a short flight, let's go to descent. We'll go to forecast. We're actually going to load this in right now. It's just going to be one less thing for us to do and enter. This is so nice. It is so different when you're flying the MD-80, folks. It is so different. The MD-80 is one of those airplanes that you're very manually doing all of the things we just did automated. Well, we can't do that in the MD-80. Not at least automated. We have to play to their rules, and we can't, we have to do it by hand. All right, let's take a look outside. The pink people are boarding the bags. We'll do a walk around here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and get the airplane configured and ready to go. We'll do our flows, and then we're going to be good to go. Now, this is a through flight flow, so we don't have to go crazy with the tests or anything like that because we already did it coming out of Miami. So that's good, right? That helps us. We're going to go throw one of these fuel pumps on. Well, actually, the aft, because the APU is going to be online. Seatbelts are now coming on. Since we're fueled, we're good to go on that. Coming up on the overhead here, we've got battery. Just take a look all the way around the horn here. We might have to call for some, I'll throw it on the APU gen now. Galley power is on, coming across. Exhaust are normal, that's fine. That's good, coming up. Window heat, we're going to throw all 4 on. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should see 4 greens, good. Everything else is good. Fuel pumps, our hydraulics are coming on. Electric 2, electric 1, pressurized. Low pressure light is out. Again, we have doors open. That's good. Let's test and hold this. The cockpit voice recorder test. There it is. Lights on. We're good to go. 0 on the cabin out. 0 on pressurization. So that's good. Want to see that. Coming across cabin pressure. Look at that. Look at our temperature right now. It is about 50 degrees in the cabin. So I'll probably call for, that's pretty cold. I'll probably call for, I'm going to throw that to auto. I'm going to call for our ground personnel to throw the hook up, but by the time we're ready to go here, I think we're going to be done with that. So 370 landing altitude into Providence, about 54 feet. So that's good. We took the right side. We're going to be on the left side coming to Providence. We alternate that every flight. This way you don't burn those igniters off. Set the pressure. Course outbound, we're looking at, it's pretty much runway heading outbound. Looks like 047. So our heading right now, we're going to go 047 right there. Our speed's 130. What did I write down? 139 on the speed. That's V2. Flight director's on, master's on my side. That's FO's side. We're going to climb up to an altitude of 4,000 feet on the top end. No ATCs online, at least here, so we're going to go a little higher. We'll blast about 10,000, and then we'll verify that. Everything's good there. Course is going to be 047. Let's go around this way. The flight attendants will be screaming at me right now because it's so cold. They would not be happy. Curtis, how are you? Good morning. Welcome aboard. Shelton, how's it going? Max Racing Dome Light? Yes. Jeffrey says, the MD-80 is awesome. What are you trying to say? All right, Max, I'll check it out. Max says, sent you a couple messages. I've got you, Max. I don't know about today, bud. I think it's from the interview, right? I'm going to send you a link. That's going to give you a time where you can schedule it, and then we'll just do it that way. Dome lights on the overhead. Let's go ahead and throw that on. This way we get a little lighting in here, and then we'll do our walk around once I'm done with this stuff. Okay, that's good. Light's good. We're going to come and test this. Set there, up. Looks like 6. Brakes coming set. Nope. Okay, brake set testing number 1. You want to listen for the takeoff warning horn number 2. There we go. Southwest 1123, getting ready for pushback. That's good. All right, no need to check that. We already did that. Again, out of here. We're going to change this to primary. And looking like a 122.8. We'll go ahead and set that over here. And let's walk around the aircraft. Now, the flight attendants will be mad because it's cold. But what are you going to do? Oh, of course, this doesn't work too. Dang it, I've got to reset all my panels. I don't have to do it now. I'll have to do it when I land and try to straighten her out. All right, 2200. We're going to go 2000. 2000. Oops, actually, I'm not going to do that. There's an auto ATC that's going to give us a code. 5643. We're going to throw that on there. 5643. There we go. 5643. Zeroed. And we have 3 pins on board. Again, we already checked that. All right, let's go walk around the jet while we're waiting for the rest of the passengers to load. Let's get this guy walking a little bit quicker. Holy smokes, dude. Like, we're here and we got to get to work, so I don't know what you're doing. All right, we're flying high tide today. And we're going to take a look at the pitot tube. We look at the alpha vane right there. You can see it on the side of the aircraft. And then right there, a TAP probe. That's looking good too. Coming down, look at the nose gear. Great. I'm not going to stick my head in here, but I would. I'd stick my head in here. Look at the tires. Take a peek up in the gear. Make sure everything's good. We've got ground power on the airplane, obviously. Again, pitot tubes right there. And I'm looking at our alpha vane. Door is closed on this side. Looks like they're done boarding us. At least here, the passengers are still boarding. Static system looks great. Make sure it's not taped. This is our pack inlet. The packs are off right now, so you wouldn't want to stick your hand in there. That wouldn't be bad. That would be very bad if the packs are running. I got to turn the flashlight on. I got to see what I'm doing. Let's see if it works. Nope, not really. All right, just take a look at the fans here. Make sure the fans are good. There's no bent blades or anything like that. Birds in there. Leading edge of the wing looks great. We got an airplane taking off. Looks like a 172 or something. Max, what'd you say? Max says, if you're going to fly the A300, we have to do retro American. I think we're going to do, for 1,000th sub, folks, people want me to fly an Airbus. So the only Airbus I would actually fly is one from the 1970s. All right, that looks good. I'm kidding. It's a good airplane. I just joke a lot. All right, tires are good. Cords are in. There is no flat spots. Let's take a peek under here. This is all the brains of the 7.3. Can't hardly see in there. There's a light. That doesn't help us. Does our flashlight work? Kind of. It's tough to see. It's real hard in this lighting with the weather the way it is. All right, take a peek on the vertical stab, that big old vertical stab, looking for the pitot tube. That looks good. It's on the aircraft. Our pressurization outflow valve is open. That's what you expect to do. Ground personnel, if you ever worked the ramp, you always want to verify that that sucker on the 737 is open. It should always be open before you start throwing cargo doors open. So every time it pulls into the gate, take a look at the outflow valve. Make sure you got no pressure on the aircraft. You should not, but those things tend to fail sometimes, and they could fail closed. So you've got to know what you're doing before you start opening cargo doors, because it will blast you to high heaven if you don't. Okay, our door's open in the back. We got to get that thing closed. I don't know there. Our wing looks good. We got no contamination on it. Obviously, we just came in. Again, down here looking good. Cords are in. Take a peek up here. Again, you just look at the torque. Everything's in this. We have hydraulic reservoirs in here. We have a whole bunch of cables, pulleys, and everything else for the ailerons and stuff like that. All right, folks, we're going to get going here shortly. Static's looking good. We still got a wingtip on there. What's up, brother? That was funny. These animated dudes are hilarious in this sim. All right. By the way, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor. Just hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Kind of trying to grow here a little bit. I'll take a peek at the engine. Looking good. It's good to know where the wind's coming from, so we'll check the wind as well. Static's looking good. Let's go ahead back in the airplane. All right. We got a good jet, folks. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain again. I had to say it. By the way, you know, the price of balloons are going up. I I don't know if you saw that. I saw it the other day. The price of balloons is going up because the industry is really inflated. All right, you got to give me a like for that one. That was great. That was our dad joke of the day. I deserve something. We deserve something for that. That was really good. All right, we're done boarded. I'm going to go ahead and shut the aircraft, lock it up, throw the doors. We'll do a briefing. I'll give you a good passenger brief here coming on here soon. Don't forget to smash that like button. That's right. Do I have ATC muted? No, I don't. But that's a possibility. Let me see if my audio settings are correct. So give me a second. Audio. All right, let me see. Check, check, check. Okay, let's see. I don't know. I'm on number 1. We're broadcasting on number 1, 122.8. Unicom, can we get a radio check? Am I supposed to hear somebody? It should work. If you don't hear me, I'm going to have to disconnect and then reconnect it. So let me try it one more time. What I could do is tune into Boston too and just check our frequencies there. Just make sure we're good. All right, we're connected to the voice servers. That's good to go. Boston 134.7. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. 134.7. And then we'll get a push here, folks, very soon. I got to get going. I hear nothing. Boston Center, can you get a radio check? Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so we have a bit of an audio issue. Let's see if we can sort it out. Let's try that. Let's go back to 122.8 and see if we can't do a radio check. Anybody on 122.8 radio check? I don't hear you on Unicom, huh? What is going on? All right, let's try this. Audio back there. We're going to try a different microphone. Although this is saying it works. So weird. Radio check. Still can't hear me? What's going on today? We got to work out these audio issues before I go. I'm going to try one thing. Look, my mic is work. I hear American. Never mind. I hear you. Okay. Okay. You don't hear me. You don't hear me on Unicom, huh? I don't hear anything on Unicom. That's my problem. Like, there's... I don't know what else to change. I mean... Got speaker set the correct way. My microphone is working. So what is going on? I wish I could do a test. Can you do a test on this? Audio. Let me try one thing here, just make sure my audio is properly set. It is. Okay. I'll try one more time. I'm going to go ahead and exit, and I'll try it again. I don't want to take a delay, but I know I heard it because I heard the beeps. So when I log on, like when I connect, I hear beep, beep, beep. I know the audio is working. So that I know I've got. I'll try it one more time. Norfolk Unicom. Anybody with a radio check on 122.8? Nothing. Unless nobody's here. Which is a possibility. Check, check, check. Tune same frequency on both. Yeah, it might be that one too. Let's try this one. It could be on this. Let's go 122.8 on this one too, and just verify that I know I'm broadcasting correct because I could see it on the. I see it on COM 1. Radio check, radio check. I can't hear anybody. All right, there is people talking. I can't hear them, so it's my speakers, which is correct. Okay, I think I know what I've got to do. I'm hooked up to there. So it's not my voice. You know, it's the speakers. It's the audio at this point. That's so stupid. Okay, what I'll do is I will disconnect. I'm going to try one thing, and if we can't, I'm not going to take a delay. We're just going to go. So if we can't, then let's see if anybody's online here that I could have a chat with. Looks like no one. Somebody want to get on Discord? On the FSBN Discord channel, we could check. I'm in the live members area. I don't know if... yeah, I don't know. Wait a minute. That's not it. Could I be that stupid? All right, would you check the audio for me? Like say something on Unicom. Just want to make sure that we're good to go here before I blast off. While you do that, I'm going to try to see if I can't get a briefing here for you. Get a briefing going, we'll get a pushback, we'll get the heck out of here, folks. Folks from the flight deck, welcome aboard Flight 12 nonstop service over to Providence, Rhode Island. Once we're out of the gate here, it looks like an hour and 12 minutes. The weather right now in Providence, it's -3 degrees. Few clouds up there. It's going to be a little bit bumpy on the climb here through this weather, but once we're above it, it should be okay for the rest of the route. Thanks for watching the FSBN channel. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Thank you. All right, you said something which means my speakers are not working well. I can't hear anything. So why not? That's the thing. I should be able to hear everything going on. Let me try this one more time. Okay. Output speakers Elgato. That is correct. Check. It's like, I don't know. No one's online right now, folks. I'm not going to delay anymore. We're just going to go. We're going for a push. I can't hear anything. So let's do this thing. We're out of here. We gotta get going. I'm not gonna take a delay here. Let's go. GSX, get a pushback, run a checklist, and we'll go. Okay. Prepare for push and departure. We're gonna go ahead and icing warning. What do we got? +4.
Gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 12. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 20 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all call.
Okay, here we go, folks. We've got fuel pumps are on. APU's coming on right now. Passenger signs are on. Window heat is on. Hydraulic pumps are on. Doors are closed. Lights are out. Pressurization is set. And auto. Okay. Auto brakes on RTO. Let's make sure that's correct. Yeah, auto brakes on RTO. Here comes the tug. And stab trim is set at 6.6 before start checklist is complete. Imagine Seeker, how are you? Good morning. Yeah, I can't hear folks. I don't know what's going on with Fasten, but I cannot hear the audio right now, which is dumb. Let's try this one more time. Boston Center 134.7. I'm just going to try to listen on that frequency. 134.7 to see if I can't hear anything. All right, we're going to go ahead and click Used Autosave Quick Edit. But before we do that, we're not going to do anything yet until we get the APU on the bus. We did. Good. Those are still off. That's fine. APU's on the bus. We'll have to disconnect the ground power and stuff like that. That was dumb. Okay. We are going to go return. Quick ground services here. We're going to release the ground, release the chocks. And we are rolling. We've got the beacons on. I don't hear ATC at all. All right, here we go. Ready, brakes release. Time check, 10:01. We got to get a good push. We do. 10 o'clock, folks. Out. Push 10:01. Oil is 92/98. Hydraulic is going to, if I don't figure the audio out between here and there, I'll lower the volume, whatever you do on my stream, because it's going to get loud as we push back and they start doing the announcements. It's going to be loud. So
ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention
lower it.
to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying.
Just warning you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Told you.
welcome aboard Coastal Airways.
It's
We
loud.
are now in the process of pushback and taxiing to the runway, and we kindly
can hear everything on the game.
Please take a
Why
moment to
can I
locate the
hear?
nearest emergency exits. Keep in mind that the
That's
nearest
so
exit
weird.
may be behind you. Count the rows to your nearest exit. This information may be helpful in low visibility situations. In the event of sudden turbulence, keep your seatbelt fastened at all times when seated. Whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated, please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt securely.
Park brake 7
We
coming
recommend
set.
keeping it fastened throughout the flight whenever you are seated. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the
Okay,
overhead
let's start
compartments.
number
Hold the mask down to start the flow of oxygen
2
and
coming
cover
to
your
start.
nose and mouth.
Duct pressure coming in.
Secure your mask before assisting others. Remember, oxygen masks are not just for adults. Be sure to help children and those needing assistance. In the unlikely event of a water landing, life rafts are available for your safety. These life rafts are located in compartments on the ceilings at both the front and rear of the cabin. In the event of an emergency evacuation into water, the cabin crew will assist you in deploying and boarding these life rafts. Life vests are located under your seats. If necessary, put on the life vest by placing it over your head, fastening the waist strap, and pulling it tight.
You're in.
Inflate the life vest as you leave the aircraft, using the red tabs or by blowing into the
There's a
tubes on
light.
either side. Please take a moment to review the safety card in the seat pocket in front of you. It provides additional information about the safety features of this aircraft. As we taxi to the runway, we kindly ask that you put all electronic devices in airplane mode. Larger electronic items, such as laptops, should be safely secured.
Oil pressure's
Thank you for your
off.
attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight with Coastal Airways. Please feel free to ask one of our cabin crew members if you have any questions or require assistance. Your safety and comfort are our top priorities, and we're here to ensure you have a smooth and enjoyable journey.
Okay, there's rollback right there, folks. Sorry that's so loud. I've got to work on that audio. It's super loud. All right, we're going to go ahead and do an isolate, ventilate. So we're going to go ahead and throw it to auto. That's to off. And then we'll go ahead and roll number 1. We'll actually start both engines today because of the weather. I still don't hear any dang audio. I don't know what's going on with my audio. It is not wanting to work for some odd reason. I can't hear anything. And I've tried everything I know. So weird. All right, here we go with the fuel. Fuel's coming in, 25. Hit it. There's the light. All right, we got a good light off on number 1. Jeremy Larson says, hey, good morning. Always enjoy your live streams. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. Got a good light. Oil pressure is off and it's climbing. We got to figure this out, folks. I don't know what is going on with my audio output, but something's up. I still can't hear Boston, and I'm on with them right now. So, a couple of things. VHF1, VHF2. Let's see if we can't hear that. I don't know what's going on. All right. We might have just to disconnect and figure it out. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to delay. So I don't want to do that, but desperate times. Okay, flaps coming set. Let's go on the overhead here. Let's get everything settled. Propete coming on. Paxer coming on. 1, 2, closed. This is an L.
We're ready for departure.
It's an L flow. 1, 2. Everything's set there. Taxi lights on. Flap set 1. Should be flap 1, not 5. Yeah, let's go back to 1. Now let's do a check. All right, looks good. Here we go. Taxi check. Generators are on. Propete is on anti-ice is... We got to throw the engines on. We'll throw engine anti-ice on just because we're at 4. And 4 degrees. Flight controls are free. Flaps are set. 1-1 green light. Transponder is on. Let's go. Brakes off. Okay, folks. Time to taxi over. I'll try to disconnect one more time, and I'll try to close the system and see if we can't get a better hookup on the audio. APU's coming off. Shoot. Just went dark on me. It's called a missed flow opportunity on that one. Okay, folks, we're headed. I'm going to turn the, that's off. Logo lights are off. We don't need them on. We're going to taxi to 5. Okay, let's do a briefing right now. Anything below 80 knots, we're going to stop the aircraft. Anything above 80 knots to V1, we're going to only stop with engine fire, failure, fear, or shear. And above hitting V1, we are going to go and take it in the air. Looks like we'll turn on Charlie here, and we'll taxi down Charlie to 5. Whoa, 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 that windsock is not reporting 5, so give me a second. The wind might have shifted and changed to 2-3. Let's just see what we got for weather. I don't like that windsock the way it is. Right now, 0707. That is weird. Okay. That is not reporting 0707. That's pretty much 3 something. Okay. I mean, this is kind of what you want to do. It's reporting out of the north, but that's kind of weird. I'll make sure that our weather is actually real world. Yeah, 70 degrees at a 7. That's so weird. Yeah, that's right. Maybe. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's try it one more time. Does anybody know why it would be like doing this? Yeah, I missed the flow. I said flow opportunity, but I meant I missed the flow. That's what happens when you're out of sequence a little bit. You could really screw your procedures up and your process, and it could be a problem. All right, here we go. Denali had a long day yesterday of flying. I am a pilot, by the way. I've been flying since I got my license in '98, so I've been flying a long time. That looks good. Got my ratings, went to Riddle, did the whole thing. My background's in aviation safety, so that's kind of what my career is doing. NTSB, that's my background. Started there, and I went that way. And then all that good stuff. So I still don't hear anything. I don't know what's going on with my speakers, but it is not right. I mean, I've got them on the right card. I'll check the settings one more time, and if we can't hear anything, then we're just going to have to cut it loose, unfortunately. Do you have an input and output? Yes. No, I don't fly for an airline, bud. Moral of the story is I didn't sleep with mice on the floor of Baltimore, bit the bullet and had a hotel. That's smart. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either, but no thank you. Denali had a long day of flying for his YouTube channel. He records a lot of, you know, landings and takeoffs and stuff like that. So he had for his content, he had like an all-day flight. I mean, it took him, I don't know how many legs you had. You probably had 9 legs or something like that. Some crazy stuff. I'll tell you what, you got to come out of Salt Lake and we'll go to lunch, buddy. That's what you got to do. You didn't understand any of that. Oh, I'm sorry. So, right. So my background's in aviation safety. Okay. So I was an NTSB investigator. Started there. Plane crashing. You know, if a plane crashes, we investigate. I don't know if you're from the U.S. or not. And then after that, I worked as a 7.3 instructor for angle of attack. So I did that with them. And I'm here. We've got auto brake disarm. We'll have to check that really quick before we take the runway. And somebody says they're on final, so I'll verify that. It's getting bad on the weather. Real bad on the weather. Let's go ahead and throw this down. Back. We're going to do a check here really quick, okay? Just because we had an issue as I missed a flow item, and that's not good. So anytime that happens, you can see the yard amperes now screwed up. You see that, folks? That's why you always want to stop. When you miss a flow, if you're a Coastal Airways pilot, you'll know right now that you will fail your ground school or your checks if you don't complete a flow correctly, and there's a reason for that. It's what you just saw. When you get rushed or it's been a minute since I've flown this aircraft, so I've been stuck in the MD-80. Not that I'm stuck in it. It's a great airplane, but you know, when that happens, you lose some of the soft skills. All right, folks, belts on. I'm going to try one more time. What happened to MH370? I'll tell you what happened. It was an inside job. It's probably the captain. There's nobody could have done that. The captain knows. He had the sim set up. He had the flight. He even had the flight in his computer. Come on. That's surefire evidence of foul play there. Yeah, definitely the captain on that one. And unfortunately, nobody's really going to ever know. All right, I can't hear a darn thing. I've got, I'll show you folks on the screen. This is what I got, all right? So we got a microphone set. We got speakers on my card. Now I could change it to this one. Okay, but you could see Elgato here. This is the Elgato sound capture. It should be capturing sound and putting it into my computer. So I don't know if you guys can try again. It would be a bummer. The only thing I can think of is that, and if there's anybody on Discord, on the FSBN Discord channel that's a member, if you could jump on the Vox for me, or the voice, any voice, just to test it, so I can at least hear audio, then it would be beneficial, because then I could try to mess with this. Again, I don't want to sit here too long. We're burning gas. I kind of want to get out of here. So worst case scenario is we just won't have ATC on this one, on this leg. All right, so we have I don't have anybody. Let's see if I can get somebody on. No. Denali, can you jump on the company Vox really quick just to test? I'll jump on company Vox and see if we can test the audio really quick before we go. By the way, shoot's on in the chat. We're going to get out of here. I don't want to spend maybe another minute on this and then I'm out. So we'll go in flight. Confirm. Oh, sorry. Somebody just jumped in. Hang on. Stay there. Hello. Hang on. You can't hear me. I'm muted. Can you hear me? Check.
Coming in very, very low, but it might be just me.
All right. How about now?
That's a little better.
Better. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. We've got... So you can hear me, though. I can hear you now. So I know it's not... It's so weird. I'm trying to isolate the issue. It seems to me... All right, I'm going to try one more thing, and then I want to shoot it. Could you test it now?
Yep, check, check, check.
Okay, I hear you. Okay.
I mean, it sounds like self-explanatory, but I guess you restarted vPilot.
Oh, a gazillion times. Yeah. It's just one of those things. All right. Well, no big deal. All right, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate the test at least.
Yep.
Okay, man.
No
We'll talk to you
problem.
later. You back home?
Yep. Yep. What'd you say?
You back home now?
Yep. Just made it back. 28
All
hours.
right. Yeah, that's insane. All right, buddy.
All right, I'll see you later.
We'll see you, man. All right, bye. All right, that tells me that the system's working and all that good stuff. All right, we're going to go out. We're departing. All right, let's do a check here. Generators are on ProPete. Yeah, we did that. Takeoff configuration. Let's go ahead and check that right now. Brakes are off the aircraft. Good. Tent notified, completed. Packs are set, bleeds are set, altimeters recall. We're gone. Let's call them up here. Norfolk traffic, Riptide 12, taking runway 5, Norfolk. All right, here we go. Lights coming on. Sorry for that delay, folks, but if the audio, the audio's not working, I gotta figure it out. It looks good now, so, there's this windsock is correct. Okay, we're lining up. Runway 5, we're gonna go straight out over the ocean. Looks good. HUD's coming down. I'm gonna adjust that really quick. Auto throttle's armed. Let's go. We're already taking a delay here. We'll stabilize them at 40. All right, nice and stable. Toga, here we go. Takeoff thrust is set. Matter of fact, we should go full power here because of the rain. 8 knots, cross check. Go.
Rotate.
Okay, got a positive rate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Now I'm not going to exceed 20 degrees. That's our SOP. Once we hit 1,000, we're going to go ahead and bug it up. Okay, give me the climb thrust. Just going to basically, like I said, runway heading outbound. Get some airspeed back. Flaps up. Shut that off. Okay, looking good, folks. That was a nice departure. We're still going. We're going to go ahead and select VNAV, or excuse me, LNAV and VNAV now set. So we're accelerating, which I'm fine with. And we're going to set up VNAV as well. There we go. Okay. There's 3,000. Give it a climb up to about 370 now. .370 set. Okay, we've got 11 degrees, so we'll go ahead and throw off the engine anti-ice. We don't need that anymore. 250 on the speed. Command A coming on. Set. Auto brakes off. Taxi light is off. Once we hit 10,000, we'll go ahead and kick off the... we got vectors. We're going to go direct to school right now. There we go. Denver just made the... kind of getting away from this weather. Beautiful day out here. Yeah, we're turning away from the worst of it. The worst of it's actually off of our left wing. Yeah, that's the worst of it down this way. +5 again. Here we here comes the engine anti-ice back on. There's through 9,000 feet. Denali says, funny that you're flying in Norfolk today. I just went through there last night. Honestly didn't know that's where I was going until I got in the plane. I thought it was straight to BWI. That's hilarious. It was a through flight. That's good. Through 10,000. Lights are off. Landing lights. We'll go ahead and increase our speed. We'll just make sure. We might be getting the crap kicked out of us. We'll see. Then we'll just test our audio as we go. We'll check it out. We're going to go ahead and delete.
You may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight.
So we're going to delete the climb, and then we just got straight climb now.
This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for.
I mean, right now we're not taking any bumps. I expect crap tons. If this was real life, we'd be getting the snot kicked out of us. Look at that beautiful airplane, you guys. That's gorgeous. Deserves a screenshot, I think. So does that. Nice breakout. It's pretty. Okay, belts off for me. All right, let's get ready for the landing. Descent. That's coming very shortly. Gonna kind of turn off the engine anti-ice now. We'll do a climb check. First things first, come up on the overhead here. We're just going to do our flow. That looks good. Packs are auto. That's on. 37,000. Pressurizing coming up. I'm going to keep the engine starters on continuous just because the igniters, just because we might need anti-ice yet again as we get through this cloud layer. Looks like we're pretty good. Let's do a checklist. Climb check, packs and bleeds are on and auto. Pressurization checked it. Start switches are required. APU's off. Flaps are up. No lights. Set. All right, Boston, I got to tune 134.7. I hear them. Okay, now I hear them. So it looks like we're okay on the audio, folks. So we might have taken a delay for nothing, which sucks because we are behind schedule now. About 15 minutes behind schedule, and I don't think I can make it up. We're going to try. Let's see if we can make up some time. I don't have to worry about getting into Boston for quite a while, so I mean, I could just go direct to HTO right now and just... We have rafts on the aircraft, so we don't need a hug. We really don't need to hug this, the coast. 18,000, we're going to go standard. 29902 straight across, and our landing lights will come off. The rest of our lights, actually. Sorry, folks, I'm trying to get the right button on my views. What in the world? We're a little discombobulated with that. There we go. Just because of the... I'm so used to the MD-80 right now. That's what happens in this wintertime. It's like... Man, you lose your skill. You lose your soft skills. It takes you a minute. It's like coming back from vacation. It takes a few minutes to get spooled up again on your flows and your procedures, that kind of stuff. So the customer service agent in Denver said, "You're young. Can you run?" To which I said yes, and she said, "Run to C-28. You're going to Baltimore, but you better run." I ran from C-64 to C-28 in Denver. Yeah, you had a day, man. This was a day for you. I'll tell you right now. That was like 8 legs, and you were delayed and canceled. That's what happens, all right? You expect that.
Number 2150, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000, clear direct 10 a month.
All right, folks. You had wind shear, yeah. So let's go ahead, folks, and let's get the weather into Providence, Rhode Island right now. We're going to just get ready because this is going to be quick. It's one of those quick flights for us. You see this route, I was thinking we could just cut across and just take this whole thing. But whatever, we'll just keep it the way we have it. I was going to try to, cut this dog leg out, maybe go T-bone, direct T-bone. That might help us shave a few minutes, and I still might do that. We're going to go there. Let's go. It's going to shave a few minutes off. We have rafts on the aircraft, so I'm not worried about that 60 nautical mile distance away from the coast. We're fine. We have rafts, so we can do that on our op spec as well. All right, click weather. We're going to go to airports, down to Providence here. Weather. 54 minutes ago, I'm expecting another update, but we could take a look at this. Much better than it was. It's coming up our way, this weather, but right now it's going to be better than what we had out of Norfolk, Virginia. By the way, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor right now, hit the subscribe button, also the like button. It helps promote the video.
Correction, 7875 Echo. The wind 280 at 7, runway.
And we've got 270 at 07. Visibility is 10 statute miles. We have a few clouds there at 9,500.
February 2150.
The temperature's -2. We've got dew point at 13. Altimeter 30.23. All right, that's good. Runway of choice. ATIS real. We are landing 23.
11 o'clock and 8 miles is a heavy Boeing 747.
All runways, you can see that says all runways 10% ice, taxiways and all areas patchy ice, reback. So we have 10% ice on the runways. So we're going to use good for this one. Okay, I'll show you what we're going to do on our landing.
Climb and maintain flight level 3900.
Climb and maintain flight level 3900 at protocol 222.
Crazy. I'll tell you what, hopefully you'll learn a pack of like a, you know what you should do, Denali, when you got these long legs that you're planning, you should pack a camp pillow that blows up with air. You can flatten them out, and it's like a pancake in your pack. And then you could get same thing on a sleeping bag. You can roll it up to like this much. It's an air sleeping bag. Again, it's a vacuum. So when you want it, you can just open the valve up. It blows up with air, and there's your sleeping bag. So pretty cool.
Cross Sappy at or above 3000. Cleared ILS, runway 29er approach. Clipper 2150, climb and maintain. Level 3.
I think, Max, you have a question up there. I forgot. Just subbed to Denali. I saw that. Max, you said you had a question on the 7.3, right? Okay. Do you recommend going to Embry-Riddle out of high school? No, I don't. It's too much money, buddy. Unless you're absolute filthy rich, don't do it. Boston Center is closed, but at least I heard them, right? At least we got an audio on them. So we'll just monitor that. We might have Boston Center closing on us, but that's all right. All right, I'm going to show you folks VTP. Oh, I can do it on this one. Let's go get VTP fired up, and then I'll show you the landing data that we're going to do. VTP is a virtual performance tool, and it helps us when we can use the internal PMDG one, but at coastal areas we can do both. Our preference is VTP, but you can use the native PMDG one as well if you wanted to. So we're going to use this, and I do not think we have the 500 and the 700 in there yet. Let me see. I don't think so. Okay, I might have to get that. So we're going to use this because he just released VTP 1.0, and that's kind of what I was thinking of. All right, let's take a look at this. We've got a 700. We're going to do en route landing. Airport search is going to be Providence. You can take a look at that. While that's pulling up, I'm going to go to the airport here, and I'm look at the NOTAMs for Providence, Rhode Island. We're going to take a look at the weather and check information NOTAMs. And just to see if we got any FICON reports on braking action or anything like that. We do. We have a FICON at 10% ice. We saw that. And that is in place today. That's runway 23. So
climb and maintain level 350.
Patchy ice. Any braking action? It says patchy ice, trans ramp. FICON 4-foot snow piles observation. So we got some snow there. Terminal ramp FICON 3 feet in snow piles. Older. We're looking at ILS runway 5, Cat 3 not applicable or not available. Runway 34 lighting is out. Okay, we've got Providence surface. It's wind shear detection system for runway 5 not available. That's good to know. So we don't have any wind shear.
Welcome to Providence. Taxi via Mike, Bravo, Sparky, cross runway 16.
Signs are faded. Okay, so what we're going to do is at 10% ice, so we can go runway 23. We're just going to say 2.30. Condition right now is, we're going to call this good. I won't call it dry because I don't want to do that. We'll play a little weather 270 at 7. And we're looking at -2. 2030.23.
Southwest 1291, Boston Center, good morning.
Flap config, we're going to go 40 on this one. Auto, anti-ice is auto, AC is auto, anti-ice is off. Brakes, all, we'll do all brakes here. NNCs are none. Auto, no credit. Reversers, we'll try all operative for now. Our landing weight is estimated at 118.2, so we'll use the estimated landing weight here on this one. Oops, that's not what I wanted. 118.2. With a 5, we'll click calculate and see what it comes up with. All right, we can throw the graph. You can see kind of what we're looking at here. We're saying, okay, runway 23 at auto brake 2, you can see right here, we've got 66.34 on the runway. And if we look at airport information over at Providence, I kind of could show you this really quick. It's a little trick. I don't know if you follow the channel, if you watch us a lot, you'll know what I'm about to do. If you go to airports here and you go to, go to airports and then Providence, which we're there. We're going to go to charts. We're going to go to taxi chart. And we could pull this in. So you could say, oh, runway 323 is at 8,700 feet. Now, you're wrong. If we go to here, where we go to takeoff minimums, we could take a peek and say, okay, runway 23 landing beyond threshold is 77.65. That means when you fly a ILS approach, when you flare, all that stuff, it's going to put you down about 7,700 feet. And that doesn't include flare. That's where the glide slope intercept is, like to the runway. So 7,700 feet. Then you got to take in consideration your flaring, the dissipating of the speed, that kind of thing, and then actual touchdown. So that 77.65 is just what we're going to enter into here. So 77.65 is what runway we have available to work with. You can't see, but it's right there. So 77.65. Got it? Everybody's on the same page? Good. Let's go ahead back here. Now you can take a look. Auto brake 2 gives us 66.34. That's 1,000 feet to play with. That's pretty good. That's good margin. Even if we did hit a patch of ice or something like that, we'd still be good. And that assumes an air distance of 1,400 feet. Now, that 1,400 feet is the flare, so you know we're good there. Let's say we didn't have any reversers. So you could try it again with one in op and see what we got. So if we lost a reverser, you can see the landing distance here. Throw the graph on. Auto brake 2 says 67.13. So we're still good, even with one in-op reverser, and that's good to know. No credit's probably going to give us an issue. We have auto brake, again, 67.13. All operative, though. We'll click calculate, and that's going to bring us down. We've got max. Auto brake 2, no procedures required in terms of brake cooling. We're good to go. So we're going to go 130 on the speed. And landing distance is going to approximately be 66.34 at 130. So 66.34, 130 knots on our target. Auto brake is going to be 2, runway is 23, and the flaps are 40 degrees. All right, so always a good thing to do is to understand the performance of the airplane. All right. I think there was didn't somebody have a 730 on the 737? What does wing de-ice heat? That's a good question. Max asked that question. SRQ, what's going on? Marco, how are you, my friend? Hopefully you're doing well over there in Italy. All the way from Italy. That's awesome. The heat, Max, if you're still on, the wing heat will heat up the leading edges of the wings here, right along here, and here. That's what your wings do. Your wing anti-ice, you have engine anti-ice, which then heats up The cowling right here, just the lip of the cowling. That's what that does. Cool. Good stuff. All right, folks, I show approximately 90 nautical miles to top of descent. Let's go ahead and just take out the Jordan 2. And we will cross Jordan at 11,000. Let's go ahead and drop in together and check this out. On the legs page, Jordan coming in at 11,000. So we've got to set that. All right, see Jordan, 11,000, execute. And it's just telling the airplane that we have to, that's going to be our altitude restriction at 11,000. We're going to come over here to arrivals, and we'll take a look at Providence, Rhode Island. And we're going to go to approach. I'm going to do this on my iPad, and I'll show you what we're going to do. We'll do just an ILS, set it up. Let's see if we can't get a RMP, something closer. Yeah, I can. I'll request an RMP, and this way we could, slam dunk the thing in there, which I like to do. It helps decrease fuel burn, the whole 9 yards, and it saves us time. So that's kind of what I want to do. I'm going to request that. The visibility is great. It's going to be a visual approach, but if we can get in a little quicker, then by all means, I'll take it.
Radio check. Loud and clear, quite loud. Loud and clear.
So we're going to go
Center cargo jet 895-390.
RMP 23. I'll show you right. We're going to set it up that way. I'm going to request the RMP Zulu 323 right there. And the transition is going to be high. And then we'll click execute. And what that'll do is throw us in our legs. So after we get to Mink, I've got it. We're going to come back down. Runway 23 in the scratch pad. This is a Coastal Airways thing that we do here. You have 23 in the scratch pad. Go to fixed page. Dump it over there. We're going to go /15 /5/3. I heard him. He's going to close in 15 minutes. I'm done. All right. What that did was that just drew 3 rings around the airport. And I'll show you if we go to the plan page here. And I could start slewing over actually to our legs. And you can see, you see that right there, folks? See how those rings around the airport? That helps us with energy management on the 737. With the 700, when we hit 15 nautical miles, we have to start slowing down and flap up maneuvering speed. Once we get to the 5 nautical mile ring, then we know we at least need to go, we should have flap 5 already down and at about 190. Once we hit that 5 nautical miles, we're going to start throwing the flap 15 gear down, and then we could start slowing from there. So that kind of helps us with energy management. It's a really good tool to use with this aircraft. It helps you, again, with our energy management. And it's part of the Coastal Airways SOPs, so that's kind of what we do to help us with situational awareness. That's kind of what that does. Johnny, how are you? Does wing heat also heat the leading edge of the horizontal stab or not? That's a good question. Captain, is there a clamp version? Yes. Yes, there is. So he's saying, Johnny, I'll get to your question in a minute. Captain, is there a clamp version of the 737 auto throttle logic for below V1? There is. It's called throttle hold. So the 737 has a throttle hold feature, which is the same thing on a MD-80. So MD-80, you see the word clamp on the FMA, which means that I can move the thrust levers now, and it will go to my movement. Same thing with throttle hold on the 7.3. When it hits throttle hold on the FMA, I can adjust the throttles as needed. All right, let's get to your other question here. The question was, does the wing anti-ice heat up the vertical stabilizer? And the best way to answer this is I'll show you, because schematics are better. I could tell you the answer, but we don't learn much if I tell you the answer. So let's look at, I love looking at schematics, because schematics to me show the system, right? And I'm going to see if I can pull it up here for you really quick. Where are you? Manuals. Where's my manuals? Here. can't see anything just yet. Let's go ahead and just check this really quick. Ice and rain, go to link. I want to show you the system. When we're talking about engine, when we're talking about wing anti-ice, I want you to think about heat, okay, and not electric heat. We're talking about bleed air. And bleed air is coming from the engines, coming from these puppies, right? So we got this big old 4-inch pipe or duct, and it's going straight across here, this side, right up there. Okay, it goes all from the keel beam of the aircraft, which is the belly of the airplane, all right, and then it comes all the way out here. Now, if we had to run a pipe all the way to the tail and then up to the vertical stab, you know how much weight that would add on the aircraft. So let's show you a schematic on what it actually looks like. There it is. So when we have engine anti-ice, or when we turn a wing anti-ice, you have this duct right here. I was talking about the keel beam. This right here, you get bleed air, and this bleed air is hot. I'll use magenta for this. This bleed air is coming off the engines, very hot, and it goes into, you guessed it, the packs, and the packs actually cool it down. All right, so it goes this way off the keel beam, same thing. And then when we turn on engine anti-ice, what it does is it comes up right into the leading edge of the wing, and the slats are heated as well. So the slats are heated, and there's an overboard vent that it vents out of, but you can see there is no anti-ice on the tail. All right, so the answer to your question is no. Good enough? And that's just the anti-ice components. So I don't know what my pen went. Dang it, I just dropped it. Pretty cool. Okay, cool stuff. You can see the engine cowl is heated as well with the engine bleed. When we throw that on, it's basically just, it doesn't even go into the system. It just bypasses and it goes right into the cowling. And then we have the elevator probe in the back. That is heated. The two pitot probes. Okay? So you can see your pitot probes are heated, your alpha vanes are heated, and then your temp probe, which I was looking at, the TAD indicator, that's heated as well. Our windows, obviously, and the leading edge of the aircraft. So you see a schematic, I could have said no, but you really don't get anything out of that. But when I say, oh, let's take a look at a drawing, I think it helps me because I'm a very visual learner. So I like to learn with, all right, what does that look like in the system, right? Boston Tower, ground is, Boston Center is still on, but I won't call them up until they hit me up. All right, course 227, we're going to have to change a few things. We're going to go to 11,000 feet now. Yeah, Johnny, you bet. Thanks for the info. You got it. All right, there's 17,000 right there. And then we're going to head down the chute. And it's probably, and another thing is it's such a smaller surface, probably like that thick, but it's so small it probably doesn't affect the flying of the aircraft. It probably won't even affect lateral stability. It would affect lift on the wings, so that's why it's so important. All right, we're starting our descent. I kept the seatbelt signs on. I should have shut them off. That's the one thing about having the... Maybe we'll fire up a self-loading cargo on the next flight. It's just it's a great program, but it's one of those programs where it's like, oh boy. All right, we're starting into the descent now. Seatbelt signs are on. All right, that's on 2. That's good. That's set. That's set. Those are good. All right, I'm just getting my bearings with me, folks. Hang on just a minute. I got to pull up my logbook again. By the way, take a look at Coastal Airways, flycoastalairways.com. You can have a look at our virtual airline here. We obviously mimic real-world operations. All of our pilots have to go through rigorous training every year. Plus, to get on, you have to go through a lot of training. So it's not just, we don't just throw you in and say, all right, fly the line here. Nope, you've got to actually go through multiple steps to get there. And hopefully, by the way, John, that was a great question. Good question. And same with you, Cam. That was excellent as well. THRUV says, what was the craziest flight experience you had? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Denali? And we'll go through a checklist here in just a minute. And I'll be right back. I'll give you, approaching Long Island, by the way. Right back, give you a brief here.
New York traffic, American 7184 established on the localizer runway 31 right, 12 miles out.
Folks from the flight deck, we're headed down into the Providence area. Right now, Providence weather, it's really nice. The wind's pretty light out of the west. We're looking at, it's a -2 degrees, that's in Celsius, so we're looking at a temperature of 7 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very cold down there. A few clouds at 9,500 feet. And it should be a nice flight in. Once we're through this cloud deck, it should be pretty smooth on the way down. Thanks for watching the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button if you're new, and the like button as well. Sit back, relax, enjoy the landing. All right, folks, we are on the way down. Let's see, Boston Center is still on. Let's see if they're shutting down or not. Let me call them up.
TWA 192, descend via the J Fund 2 arrival. Runway 2, question runway 33 left. Boston altimeter 3019er.
Stand by the J Fund 2 arrival and expect runway 23 left for TWA 18.
American 2315, can we get 5 minutes off?
Yeah, that's approved.
Thank you.
Boston Center, Riptide 12, are you still controlling?
Yeah, we went ahead and got a new controller, me.
All right, sorry, we're checking in 23,000, heading over to Hampton, just south of Long Island here.
Riptide 12, no worries. Let's see here. How far southwest of Hampton are you now?
I'd say about 20, 30 miles.
Red side, so okay, I think I have your radar contact. 20 miles southwest of Hanson, descend and maintain 1000, Providence, altimeter 3021.
Okay, down to 1000. Got the altimeter for Providence, thanks. All right, there's 11,000 feet on the way. I'm going to throw my belts on as we're getting through Long Island here. We're getting a little hot. You can see how fast we're going. You could do one or two things. We could pull the brake and get back on profile, which I'm going to do right now just to get back on profile. We have an altitude restriction. We had to hit at 11,000. Okay, members in the chat right now, throw the chutes on. This is our parachute.
Air Portugal 222, New York Center closed.
Something fun we do.
Unicom, have a good flight.
So it restricts my movement and I can't move.
Unicom, have a great day of Portugal 222.
Exit at 850, fly runway heading, runway 24 cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, runway 24 cleared for takeoff at check jet 850.
All right, pretty much out of the weather now, so take that off. You can see we've got some broken clouds over Long Island. Thank you, Shelton, Marco, it's awesome. Brick says, dang, this is the wrong airport to fly into. It's freezing here in Detroit. Yes. It's cold. I mean, we're talking 7 degrees here in Providence. That's cold. Detroit's probably going to be worse. All right, folks. The RMP, RNAV, I'm going to go ahead and back up the ILS into here as well. And I might have to do this return flight later tonight because my family might want to go out and
we are
do something.
Runways at Boston. Expect 1822 left now, so descend via the J Fund 2 for
109er 3. 109er decimal 3.
Over 8 kilo Mike, we're going to keep you on 3 left for now, and approach will work with you to see if we need to change. I know your SIM's frozen, but we'll see what happens.
227. 227 on the inbound course.
Riptide 12, expected visual approach on 823. Let me know if you want something different.
Yeah, we could do the visual on the RNAV. Just keep us tight.
No problem. Southwest 1291, couple options. I can keep you on the arrival, put you on a 10-mile final, or I can vector you to final. Which do you prefer?
Whatever's easiest for you, South 1291.
Which one do you prefer?
We'll just stay on the arrival.
Okay, sounds good. Super 642, same questions to you. You can either stay on the arrival that feeds it into a 10-mile final, or I can vector you. Which do you prefer?
Well, we got traffic ahead, company, so we're going to have to follow suit so we can fly into it.
Yep, that's generally my job. Do you have a preference between those two, though?
Yeah, we'll just stay on the arrival.
Okay. Exit at 850, radar contact to altitude.
2000 and catch at 850.
Exit at 850, thank you. Clear deck Martha's Vineyard, climb and maintain 10,000.
Climb and maintain 10,000 cleared.
All right, there's Long Island. We're headed right out there now. Straight direct to it.
There's 630, leaving my airspace.
We'll take a visual.
Closed, then Unicom from here. Have a nice
Pretty
flight.
much.
122.8, I there 630. We'll see you.
Okay, when we land on runway 23,
thank you.
We're looking at, I want to put it down between my knuckle on the chart. So we want to get it down between the first taxi line and Bravo. So I'm just kind of looking to see, throw the brakes. This is the east end of Long Island. Right here is Montauk. I'll let you know where that is. And what I'll do is I'll show you, if I zoom in and I take my thumb and I throw it there, I've got a distance between my tip of my finger and my knuckle, and that is going to be 1,000 feet. So then I just put it on the screen and go, okay, we want to be on the ground within 1,500 feet of that. So for between here and here, I want to touch down, but between Bravo, okay, that's the spot. I don't care about softness. It's not style points today. It's just getting the aircraft on the ground. We're -7, but this is so thin. I'm just going to keep it. It's visual moisture, so you know we could have just popped it in there, but it's all right. And I'm talking about anti-ice. Okay, speed brakes coming out. We've done our checklist right now. Altimeters and bugs. Cross check. flaps 40.
Sorry, say again.
Requesting 10 minutes.
VRF and V target set. Auto brake is as required on 2. Start switches are continuous. Let's go and hit the recall.
1291, descend and maintain 3000.
Recall set.
3000,
Descent check is complete. And by the way, like I said, folks, I might do a turn,
16,000.
but I might not. Depends. We'll see.
Riptide 12, descend and maintain 10,000.
10,000, Riptide 12. Alright, there's 10,000 set.
Just want to confirm, JetBlue 11.
I mean, obviously, I'll take the visual. If I could take a visual, I will. It's just going to help us get in there quicker. Now this might level us off at 11. We'll see. If it doesn't, yeah, it's going to keep continuing down to 10,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000.
Okay, I'm going to go primary. We're going to go VMC. 1,000 to go.
We have begun our final descent into your destination.
Making 1251, Boston Center, hello, climb and maintain flight level 360.
One final time. Please ensure 3 tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright.
November 8 Kilo Mike, we're going to back to you from here. So flight heading 070, maintain 1000 and expect the ILS runway 22 left approach.
And stow any larger electronics.
Copy the instruction, but we have to disconnect. Apologies.
It's real smooth right now,
no
folks.
worries.
I love
Have
it.
a good one. Riptide 12, flighting 050, vectors to the visual 23.
050, vectors for the visual 23. Riptide 12. Heading select. Let's go. 050 in. Off the arrival. That's dumped. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the ILS chart so I have it. 227 on the inbound course. 109.3. Just to back it up. There we go. We got it in. There's 10,000 feet. We're slowing down 250. Here come my lights. This helps us not get dinged by our FOQA data. Okay, all set, ready to go, folks. It's a beautiful day. There it is, over Long Island. Pretty.
JetBlue 2475, Austin, are you on frequency?
What in the world happened there? Uh-oh. That is not going to work. Ah, jeez, that scared the crap out of me. Whoa. I've never had that before. We'll hold 220 on the speed. Keep it nice and slow for him.
Exit 850, climb and maintain flight 200, that's fine, so I'll be able to get you.
Climb and maintain 200. This is exit 850.
Alright, Providence is pretty much right up here, folks. Somewhere.
Center, hello,
Right here.
2475, checking with you, flight level 390.
JetBlue 2475, Austin Center, hello, and you're about 130 miles west of Ponset, is that correct?
Wow,
That is
negative
correct.
12 degrees. That is cold.
JetBlue 2475, thank you, radar contact maintain flight level 390.
Roger, we'll maintain 390, 24.
So off of the wing right here is called Sandy Point, Block Island. I'm expecting another vector here soon, so you can't kind of see it over the wing, but that's Block Island right there. Sandy Point. Gorgeous day there in the northeast. It's cold. I expect a descent any minute. We're at the airport in sight, folks. It's right here. There it is. So I can say we got a visual He won't give it to us, but I got it. It's such a nice day over here.
Riptide 12 to maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000, Riptide 12.
Southwest 1291,
Okay.
as you turn in, airport 12 o'clock and 12 miles.
2005 Southwest 1291.
Southwest 1291, cleared visual approach, runway 29er, and maintain 170 knots or greater until a 5-mile final.
Visual approach 29, 170 or greater for 5-mile final, Southwest 1291.
Super 642 to set and maintain 3,000.
3,000 now.
Yeah, Providence is pretty much directly up through here, through this bay area, and then kind of looking at it right there.
040.
040. Okay, 040 now, Riptide 12. Come on, airplane, come back. There we go.
TWA 192, contact Boston approach 133.0. Have a nice day.
133.0 for TWA 180.
We got the airport in sight.
Southwest 1291, contact Portland Tower 120.9. Have a good day.
209, Southwest 1291, see ya.
I can tell we got the airport in sight. We can really take it in low. It's got us on a downwind. Boston Center, Riptide 12, we got the airport.
Riptide 12, clear visual approach, runway 23.
All right, clear the visual 23. Thanks, Riptide 12. So the reason why I did that is because he doesn't have to worry about us anymore. We just dump us off. I can get tighter. We're hitting that 15, and it's going to be basically on this RMP approach. So we're going to come in like this. I'm going to go VNAV on. Dump that in there. Brakes are out. We're going to get this aircraft slow. Really nice. We're going to come in. Whoop, there's a weather update. We're through that 15 nautical mile ring, that first ring. We can start slowing the aircraft down, but I need to get on profile. We're about 500 feet high. So this is another base. This is not Providence right here, by the way, if you're wondering what the heck this is. I think this is a military base. This is nope, North Kingston.
642 as you roll out.
Kingston
airport will
right
be
now.
11 at 12 o'clock and 13 miles. Advise when you have it in sight.
We got the field in sight.
Super
On
642,
profile,
clear
brakes
visual approach,
off, set.
runway 29er.
Third visual 29ers. 612.
Okay, I'm going to light it up and go down to flat maneuvering speed now. So I'm going to bring it up down to about 200 knots as we come in. We'll go 190 all the way in. And basically what we're doing, folks, is we're going to come out and then hook around and do a 180 on the descent. So if you're wondering, basically flying I'm basically flying
Charlie
the
Golf Golf, Tango
RNAV
Mike,
here.
descend and maintain, flight level 320.
Okay, altitude set to 0 because we're on an RNAV approach. Speed brake is armed. Speed's coming down. And then we're going to hold about 190, 180 knots until 5 nautical miles. There's the airport right off the left window here. Yeah, this weather's beautiful here in the Northeast. Here comes the HUD. That's just going to help us visually. Good old Providence. I do love Providence. When we taxi out of Providence, we talked about the landing, where we're going to land. We're going to taxi down, get off on Mike 2 area, and then we'll go from there, okay? Flaps coming down, 5. It's going to help us slow down. We're going to go 190 on the speed. There are the slats. See the leading edge of the wing. Those slats come out. Nice. Look at that. Guys, there's nothing like a 737. There's nothing like a 737. Ah, the sounds, the sights. It's beautiful. There we go. Nice tight approach. It's the way I like it. We burn less fuel that way, right? So max 210, and we're doing that. We got the about 190. We're going to hold 190 till we get knob-bomb, and then the airplane is going to do its thing. It's going to start our descent for us, so we would just monitor the thing. Here we go, heading down. We'll turn base, and it'll be all she wrote.
Riptide 12, wind 2807, runway 23, clear to land.
Cup of the winds, 23, clear to land, Riptide 12.
Try Golf Golf Tango Mike, Cleveland and Toronto are closed. It'll be Unicom from here. Have a nice day.
Over to Unicom. Have a great day. Thanks for your 18 Golf Golf Tango Mike.
Okay, so we're about a 5 nautical mile right now. You see that?
Unicom from here. Have a nice day.
We'll turn base. Once we turn base, we'll throw the gear down. We'll go flap 15.
Exit at 850, descend and maintain 1000. The, let's see, Providence altimeter 302.
What a bumpy. Okay, there we go. On base, gear down.
Exit 850, I'm sorry.
Flap 15.
To make it 10,000.
180.
That sounds better. Descending 10,000, section 850.
JetBlue 1155, Washington's closed. Unicom from here. Have a nice day.
Not over to Unicom for JetBlue 1155.
I'm going to set the bug to 5. Flap 15. Now I can slow the aircraft down.
Inbound Merit 20,000, climbing 220.
See it right there? There's the runway.
Air Canada 18 Charlie Boston Center. Hello, squawk 2314.
2314, 18 Charlie.
Okay, coming on down the chute. There's 5 nautical miles.
Descend via the J Fund.
Speed's coming good.
Runway
Ready. Flap 25, flap 30. Here we go.
Altimeter 3019.
Ref coming in. There we go.
The J Fund to arrival.
I'm going to hold on flap 30 right now.
Yeah, 22.
22 large.
This is a nice 90-degree cross.
Radar contact 15 miles southwest of Merritt. Maintain flight level 2.
There we go. Flap 40. Landing checks.
Maintain 220, Air Canada 18 Charlie.
Speed brakes, arm, green light, landing gear down, 3 green flaps, 40-40 with the green. I've got the airplane.
Approach is closed. The Unicom from here. Have a nice day.
This is a 90-degree turn. Nice throwing me on an RF leg, crazy. You prefer the 7.5? Yeah. Well, guess what? We're getting it. We're getting 4 aircraft. Man, it's a little gusty now, folks. There's Providence City. That's pretty. Gotta get my head out the window. Turn, airplane. Let's go. Otherwise, I'll take over. All right, turn in. I don't like that. Let's go. Okay, let's watch this thing. I want to see how it does with this RF leg. All right, there's 1,000 coming up to 1,400 feet. Looking good. All right, all set on final. Here comes the speed.
Air Canada 18 Charlie,
Okay.
cleared direct Roebuck.
Direct Roebuck, Air Canada 18 Charlie.
Okay, my aircraft all the way around. We are definitely getting gusty here. Let's go over the wind check. We've got it coming out of the right. Here comes the throttle. And this stupid 65 and 60. Let's go ahead and see if we can sync those up. A little on the high side. Right there. Plenty of runway to work with here. If you're wondering why I'm high on the approach, it's because I know we're going to sink. We hit that tree line, and it's going to be gusty. It's always gusty here in Providence, folks. We're going to expect some turbulence, probably lose altitude a little bit, so I'm going to keep it just about right there. We have plenty of runway, so I don't want to go short. And we're on profile now. Get that crosswind in there. Yeah, baby. Have me work on this leg, aren't you? All right, there's that sink I was talking about. Add some throttle. I've got it. I'm going to round it out. Okay. Hold. Hold. Get that wind in there, wing in there. Two in reverse. Speed brakes. 100 knots. So get down to 60. I'll take over.
Air Canada 18 Charlie, expect runway 22 left today. I know we did a runway change just recently, so expect runway 22 left.
There'll be 22 left, Air Canada 1.
All right, off a Tango here, folks. Welcome to Providence. Hopefully you enjoyed that.
Boston Center, Delta 1321, 10.5, 14.
Flaps coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached
Delta 1321 Boston, hello, climb and maintain, follow 300.
11:18 a.m. and it's currently about 28 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight.
Boston Center, Riptide 12 on Tango.
Riptide 12, thanks. Terminal today?
Yeah, gate 3.
Okay, Riptide 12, Tango to the gate. Have a good day.
Tango to gate, thanks. Riptide 12. All right, auto brake coming off. We'll just do some cleanup stuff, folks. That's off, that's off. Coming down through. Fasten seatbelt signs are on. APU's coming start. Here we go. I do love this scenery. Really pretty here in Providence today. What a gorgeous day to fly in the Northeast. Pretty route. And this is what, like I said, what we're trying to do here is I'm trying to plug these gaps on these routes that we do in terms of our plan and our we have a playlist on YouTube, right? And I want to show you all of our routes that we fly. So these two flights will plug up this one playlist, and then it'll be a complete one. So if you look at our playlist, we've got new. So Tango straight. We're going to go around this Patriots 767. And by the way, you said the 757, right? And that airplane.
America 146.
I'm basically taking a type rating for
center
it.
Frequency. Try 133.0, I think. Actually, you know what?
Which is
hold on.
Pretty cool. Getting a whole bunch of materials in, hopefully today, tomorrow, and I'll start studying for the aircraft and the test and stuff like that. So you can imagine when we start getting when the aircraft comes in,
contact departure 133.0.
that we're pretty much all in on that airplane, folks. So the 757, you're going to see a ton on this channel. And not only that, but I hope to give you good
arrival, runway 22 left.
some good material as well.
Sent by a robot.
Just let you know, it's I don't do anything that's throw the taxi on here. I don't do anything that's like half throttle. So what we're going to do is obviously do it the right way. I'm going to try to give you folks that are watching really good value, and that's kind of what I'm about here. on this channel, that's for sure, I hope. Coming into our gate here. It's real nice. I'm going to go ahead and throw down number 2. 2 is off. That helps the ground crew. Yeah, I know you want me to slow down, but I don't care.
Westside 738, Boston Center, hello, what's their position?
Inbound end of intersection with jet 738.
Holy smokes.
Westside 738, squawk 7044.
7044, with jet 738.
All right, you got to dance for me on this one. That was perfect. That parking job was great. All right, here we go. Shutting it down, number 2 on the bus.
Westside 6161.
All right, folks, we're here. Is she going to dance for us or not? Oh, she gave us a bow. I parked a bit askew. You're out of your mind. They're out of their minds. You're kidding me. Seatbelts off. Let's go attach the gate and we'll be good to go. All right, that's good. Let's go get the gate attached. We'll go ahead and run our flows, our after landing flow, operate the jetway. We're going to request actually deboarding. Drop down here. We'll get the chocks on the aircraft. You can see, throw the chocks on. Oops. Ground services coming in. We've got chocks coming on. I'll call for ground power and we're going to call for air conditioning just because it's cold. So the passengers won't like that. All right, fuel's coming off except for one pump because the APU is still running. It's going to siphon all that. Ground power is now available. They hooked us up pretty quick. I'll throw that down. APU is now off. All right, the rest of the fuel pumps are off. Seatbelts are off. Here we go. Let them up. Window heat's off. That's off. Hydraulic pumps are off. Packs are coming off, especially with the external air coming on the aircraft. You don't want that. And I don't know why that one went askew on me. All right, there we go. That's off. That's off. That's off. And a collision light is off. I don't know why the wings are off. All right, that's it. Let's go ahead and plug it in. We'll get the updated. We'll run our paperwork. We'll get the airplane clocked in. And we'll go from there. All right, we're in at 11:24. Gate 3. That is not a 3. Time 11:21 local time. We're looking at 91/95. And we've got 92/92. All right, folks, let's go ahead and log it in. So we'll go ahead and pull this up. We'll log it into our back down to standby. And then we will log it into the ACARS. So we'll get our ACARS programmed. Oh, come on. I'm going to go check with the family, see what's going on. We might have to stream later today and just kind of continue this flight later. I will save the panel state the way it is. And I'm going to do that now. This is a word for our pilots. Do not log just yet. What you want to do is save the panel state the way it is, you know, when you're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and save payload. We're going to dump the entire thing. We're just going to click set empty. And that just dumps all of our passengers off the airplane. So we're going to go back to menu. This is a little trick because sometimes the ACARS can throw your system out of whack and it will do that. Now I saved this as 707. This is going to be 7072. I want to dump that right in there and execute. And what's going to do is going to save the panel state just the way it is right now. And then when we come back, and then I'll file the flight plan. I'm waiting. Once it says approved, then we're good to go. I'll show you the inside of the... Okay, it's successful. Now we could come over to here and we can click file the flight. And this it's just because if it decides to go and crash to desktop on us, we don't have to, you know, we lose our entire progression. All right, let's go into the I'll show you around here. This is a pretty cool airport if you've ever been to Providence. It's really neat. It's such a cool livery. I'm sorry, but it is. It's pretty. It's real pleasing to the eye, you know. Providence Airport, right in here. Hold on, if I can just get. There we go. Really nicely modeled. They did a fantastic job. This is a fly too high scenery. It's really good. We got gate 3 here. And what we're going to do now, folks, is I'm just going to step up, hit the lav, come back and see what our plans are for the rest of the day and just kind of go from there. We might be lucky. We might get lucky and, you know, I can do the next leg over to Detroit. And if I can't, it will be tonight for sure. Okay. Good stuff. All right, so I'm going to stop right here, but I'm just going to keep this rolling, and then I'll see if I can't. I'll be back. So I'm going to hit the lav, and this is a really cool view. Do you want to go here or the outside? I'll probably just send you to the outside so you could kind of see the work going on in the airport. I will be right back, folks. I'm just going to hit the lav, and we'll be back. All right. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry. Well, we've got what I'm going to do is they want to go sledding. So we're going to go sledding. And I'll probably be back on. We'll finish this Detroit trip this afternoon when I get back. We'll fire it up. It'll probably be around 6 maybe in the evening. my time, we'll just do that, and then we're all set, ready to go. The airplane is configured for our arrival, so that's good. And sorry, let me get to your... Brick says, man, I wish I had a computer run all the apps you run. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I hope they release the 7.5 in the first half of 2024. You know, as long as it's done right? That's what I care about. Decided to max out the RAM. I'm actually building another rig, to tell you the truth. I've got upgraded. I've got a 4090 coming. It's here already. I've got a new AMD chip. I'm building a whole new system. I'm just waiting on fans, and that's it. John says, yes, the pink man. Yes. Tell us about the panel you have for the 737. The panel. You talking about the Go Flight panels for the 7.3, or you're talking about those? Yeah, this is the this Go Flight. You know, Go Flight is out of business. I think they've been out of business for a few. But this is a sponge back here. This is like a memory foam thing because the throttles don't slam. Once this breaks, it's over, man. This is, you know, there is no other company that does this, so it's kind of it. So I'm trying to take care of it the best I can before it breaks on me. Let's see here. Tell us about the panel. I got that. Yes, Pinkman, got it. What's the chances of pavement thing because coastal livery isn't fully GSX open? I wish it was. We wouldn't have any GSX. Like, we wouldn't have our own ground personnel. We would be doing subcontracting because we're just too small for that for now. Until we get bigger and we get more money, we're stuck. All right, so folks, what we'll do is we'll come back to this, and so I'm going to go down, hang out with the family for a little bit. Everybody's off today. If they weren't off today, I would be doing an all-day thing. But they're off, so I'm going to spend some time with them, going to make them happy, and then we will schedule this for later on in the evening, maybe in the afternoon. Just look out, check us on Instagram, and then Instagram threads. I like to text on there and say, hey, I'm coming on in 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes. I'll try to give you an hour before. All right, so thanks for watching, but thanks for hanging out. Hopefully we see you in the afternoon, and we'll fly this next leg over to Detroit, and we have some great weather, I'm sure, in Detroit for us waiting. Anyway, folks, enjoy your day, and we'll see you here in a few hours, okay? Until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down. We'll see you in a minute.